how did you keep motivated even before you're earning money that, no, I know this is what I need to keep doing? You could see, as we say, you could see the light at the end of the tunnel.
There's a couple of things. First is, I don't know if it answers your question, but I try to do every day something productive.
Mm-hmm.
I eat only once a day, so it helps me to stay sharp.
Typical day in your life now. You wake up, you'll get some workout done, but then in terms of, is it all online calls, or are you meeting clients in person, or?
So it was a bit different because the last month I was really on I was working every day in the water, to be honest, in the water sport business in Formentera. So this was an intense routine. I woke up always, even though the work was intense, I still found time to do my exercise before, because it's not about the physical. For me, it's really the mind. Like I need to have this start of the day, and also I eat only once a day. So it helps me to stay sharp, not bloated and all this. This is very important for me. I've been doing for more than 10 years, as I remember. I eat one proper meal a day in the evening, and in the day I eat more fruits and dry fruits, this kind of thing, not a big meal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so usually my day starts. I work out. Like I said, these last months were a bit particular, but when I started my business, I was mainly building the website, all the basic things that and build awareness on the brand. Like I was spending hours and hours on LinkedIn, trying to find my first clients. Actually, it's funny because once again, everything happens for a reason. Last year, when I was in Formentera, my first client for my business, I met her on a boat, because just to sum up what I was doing this season, we go boat to boat and give classes or sell if the people want sports, water sports things like jet ski, e-foil, and all this, and we spend time with them on the boat, while they are renting out the thing. So this allows to build a network. You build, wow, what do you do in life? Oh, I do this. My first client was a Brazilian woman who wanted to move to Portugal. So my first client arrived, I was still building my website, So when I said coming back people by people, I think it's more the connection we had on this moment that made it happen, and then the momentum came, I don't know if it answers your question, but I try to do every day something productive.
Mm-hmm.
In every lanes, like the working out, creating some content for my different kind of content, but creating content for my business, trying to post some things, have some calls with people, potential clients, talk with my partners who may have new opportunities, new deals that I can share with my network, like. Also, I have another lane, which is I also invest, a lot. So for the last 3-4 years, I've been highly in the crypto market. So this also takes time. I had no knowledge of it, so importance of mentors. I took an academy where I started to educate myself on the topic, and this also took a lot of time. Actually, next week I'm starting a new training with one of my mentors too. So there's so much to do, and you can always find something. And you don't need to be in a 9-to-5 job to feel productive. You can. I think that's actually the most frightening thing when you start. Is at least for me, was to be scared of not being productive because I was not imposed a timetable. But I noticed and I realized that creating my own timetable is even more gratifying than having one. Even though in the beginning and in the first, been almost 2 years I started my business, I didn't make any money the first year and a half, But still, I was feeling much more productive than in my previous jobs, because I was saying, I felt proud of myself when my website went live. I was proud of myself when I had my first calls, my first meetings, even though, some people just they don't waste your time because it's always value, but it's not because you're going to spend 1 hour with, or even 2 months talking with someone that you're going to be paid at the end, but at least it's experience, you know how to filter, you know, it's a lot of skills that you pay for you. Oh yeah, I went in a lot of
No,
directions.
it's all relevant though, yeah, because I think back to the scheduling part.
Yeah.
It's they say the devil makes play for idle hands. So like the person who doesn't have anything to do, that's when you're gonna not do much, and that's when the bad things happen. And I feel like productivity as a human, when you have like when you know today I'm gonna wake up, these are my missions. I'm gonna go to the gym, have this meeting with this person, work on this, do this. You feel so accomplished at the end of that day. You could have a 9 to 5 where the tasks don't actually make you feel accomplished. Whereas, as you said, after a year and a half, even though you weren't making money, you had that motivation because you knew what you were doing is for, in the long term, going to be beneficial for you. But let's say someone's starting a new business now. I mean, I know now because we're about a year and a half into Evolve. So I think it's interesting to hear that for you it took a while to pick up, let's say. But how did you keep motivated even before you're earning money? That no, I know this is what I need to keep doing. You could see, as we say, you could see the light at the end of the tunnel.
There's a couple of things. First is the fact that I did it strategically, in the meaning I didn't just quit my job and say, oh, I'm going to start my business and let's see how it goes. You know, like I knew I had my passive income on the side. So this was a kind of a net for me, you know, not be dependent of having enough income at least to not have to ask money or things like this, you know. So this was one important point. And also, it's also the contacts I made through in my journey, because even if tomorrow I don't make money through the business, through the clients and everything, I know all the partners I met, all the people I had conversation with and everything will be for me, you know, because whatever happens regardless of the business, I will still continue to increase my portfolio of real estate and all this. So just being plugged in at the good moment, being present, you know, like regardless of on the moment what it will bring you. I made contacts that whenever I'm ready and I have the income to invest in this project, I will know where to go, you know. So this kept me motivated, the people I meet on my journey. For example, when I started my business, I had no idea I would even talk about Dubai, you know, for example. Tomorrow, I know my future investment on a personal level will be Dubai. I know who to go to. I know where to go to. And this I discovered through the company, through the business, even though I was not making money, you know. So this is how I kept motivated, because I also always have this long vision, bigger picture for my life. And even if tomorrow I make no more money with my business, all the contacts, all the partners I have, I know it's network is your net worth, you know. So my network is a motivation.
I literally was about to say your network. Your network is your net worth. You took the words right out of my mouth. Honestly,
it's so true. It's so true.